In today's episode of the Aeong Show, I'll be talking about last night's Title Tuesday episode of AEW Dynamite. Hello everybody, this is Zach and welcome back to the Aeong Show. Today is Wednesday, October 8th, and today we are talking about AEW Dynamite. Yes, unlike regular weeks, AEW Dynamite was on last night on Tuesday, Title Tuesday, big special episode of AEW Dynamite. Lots of great matches, big show. We're only about a week and a half away from WrestleDream, the next AEW pay-per-view. So, a lot of new stuff was set up. Some new matches were made for WrestleDream, and, I'm excited. So let's just get right on into talking about the show, shall we? So let's see. We started off the show with the big, discussion between Hangman Adam Page, the AEW Men's World Heavyweight Champion, and Samoa Joe, the challenger for the title at WrestleDream. I mean, this was a great way to start the show just because, both of them were really just firing on all cylinders. Hangman came in first, had a great little promo talking about everything. Joe came in and just like, poof. Joe's just so good on the mic. He just like pinpoints and like attacks you and just like really lays into Hangman and gives him some good stuff. But Hangman, of course, he holds his own and they go back and forth a little bit, it's not like very much like heel face as much as it is like Joe's just this, like he's Samoa Joe. Like he has like 20 plus year career where he knows that how good he is and he's the man. He's kind of saying like, Hangman, you're only where you are because, I kind of helped you get there, like if the ops didn't help you, would you really be champion right now? And Heyman's like, yeah, I appreciate that and thank you for that, but I'm still the man. I'm still the champ. I can take you out. So we'll see at the pay-per-view. It should be a great match between the two of them. Hangman will probably win because I don't think Joe's going to be champion right now. But again, great promo. Joe's always one of those guys you can just kind of like throw in there. And he's, again, a legitimate guy who, again, 20-plus year career, has been at the top, faced legends across the world in every company he's been in. So, he's that guy that he put him in the main event. It's not a big deal. Like, there's no like, oh, no one's questioning that. Samoa Joe in the main event. Okay, makes sense. So, yeah, great way to start the show. Then we had a little Mark Briscoe promo firing up all the conglomeration. They got a bunch of matches tonight and on Collision later this week. So, just more. Mark Briscoe's always great on the mic, very hype, very energetic, always with the word of the day. But yeah, good stuff. That leads into then Jon Moxley versus Tomohiro Ishii. This was a fun match. They've wrestled twice before this match. Just hard hitting stuff. Ishii, no matter how long he's been doing it, no matter how many matches he has, he can still just go out there and put on a banger with everyone. Just because, again, his style is just so easy to watch and it just works so well no matter who he's with, especially with a guy like Moxley who can go into that hard hittingness with him. So again, they were great. Ishii was like busted open at one point from the nose. Again, didn't matter. He still just kept swinging hard at it. And so, again, at the end of it, though, Ishii did lose to Moxley, get passed out in a sleeper hold. So, good win for Moxley. Again, he's got Darby next week at WrestleDream, which we'll get more into that later. After that, we had their little hype video for Timeless Toni Storm and Chris Statlander, their women's world title match next week at WrestleDream. That should be good as well. Then we had the street fight between the Hurt Syndicate and the Demand. Very crazy, hectic match. Just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of weapons, a lot of table spots, a lot of kendo sticks, chairs, everything was happening. Again, just like a fun brawl. Again, it's just a lot of stuff happened. It wasn't very clean, but it was a lot of stuff happened. Fun little street fight between all of them. Some crazy spots. Shelton flinging people around. Lashley flinging people around. The GOA taking it to them. Bishop Khan had some good spots, putting people through tables. Ricochet, of course, very high flying, running off the stage, doing a dive. Again, just a really fun, chaotic match. Did good stuff. the Hurt Syndicate did win in the end. Not surprising. I mean, the demand won at the pay-per-view, so Hurt Syndicate gets a little win back here. Again, good, crazy stuff. We'll see what happens next with all those guys involved. Then we had a little Don Callis promo, the Don Callis family, of course. Bigger than ever, more guys than ever. Again, they got a bunch of matches tonight as well. So again, more hype stuff, just building everyone up tonight. After that, we had Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, or Jungle Jack Perry, I think is how they introduced him. So no more Jungle Boy, that was just Jungle Jack Perry. So JR did win in the end. But yeah, they had their first match in like multiple years at this point. They wrestled two guys, I don't remember their names. But yeah, good little match. They showed off a bunch of their moves and stuff like that. Looked good as always. After that, the Bucks, who were in the crowd, they paid for their own seats. For some reason, they couldn't get seats together, though. There were like these two kids in between them. Unfortunate there. But after the match, they did sneak out and then attack the Jurassic Express. Call for a match for WrestleDream. So there we got another match for WrestleDream. That'll be really good. Again, Bucks versus Jurassic Express. They had some good matches years ago. We'll see how they do again now. I mean, Jurassic Express look great together again. The Bucks, of course, are always great. So it should be a fun little match. And they did announce later on in the show that it was going to be another 500K match. So again, maybe the Bucks can get them more money. They did run through it all at the casino, mostly Nick. So we'll see. After that, Death Riders cut a little promo there. Pac talking about Orange Cassidy. Then Yuta started talking. I kind of zoned out when Yuta opens his mouth. Garcia cut a little good promo there. And so yeah, more promos, good stuff all around tonight. But then we go into a really fun match. Kyle versus Kyle. Kyle Fletcher defending his TNT title against Kyle O'Reilly from Paragon and the Conglomeration. I mean, this was just great stuff. I mean, Kyle O'Reilly is always been, in my opinion, just like very underrated. His style is so much fun, like the different striking and grappling, all that stuff that he has. He's very hard hitting, but he also has all the tactical stuff as well. So he was bringing it to Kyle Fletcher, attacking his arm, attacking his leg, lots of transitions and counters to what Kyle Fletcher was going for there. Of course, Kyle Fletcher very hard hitting. He's the bigger, stronger of the two Kyles. His scoop slams, crazy. The Michinoku driver, crazy. A lot of stuff going on back and forth between the two of them. Kyle Fletcher did, of course, get the win at the end. In a great match. Afterwards, Don Callis' family starts coming out to beat down Kyle O'Reilly. Roddy comes in, Ishii comes in, still getting the beat down. In comes Mark Briscoe. He saves the day. Him and Kyle Fletcher have a little bit of stare down, but Fletcher backs off. And we do find out that they will, of course, have their next match at WrestleDream for the TNT titles. That's another match added to WrestleDream. Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe. They had a great match earlier this year. I forget which pay-per-view was on, but it was for the Owen Hart Cup, their quarterfinal match. That was a good match. So again, this time we get the TNT title on the line, so we'll see what happens there. After that, we had Mercedes Moné. She had her open challenge match. Lacey Lane was the one who accepted it. She was formerly, of course, in WWE, but then I forget when she left the company. But yeah, now she's in AEW, and she wrestled Mercedes Moné. Fun little match. I mean, Mercedes is always good. Lacey had some cool little spots and stuff, good moves going on, and of course Mercedes won. No surprise there. She doesn't really have anything set up for WrestleDream yet. We'll see what happens in the next week or so. After that, we had the Brodito tag team match against Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita. Great stuff. I mean, all four of these guys are amazing, so I mean, you don't really expect anything less from them. Okada and Takeshita still got their tension brewing there, a lot of like miscues on their parts. Takeshita hitting Okada a few times extra there. Okada keeps tagging himself in when Takeshita is doing stuff. Bandito, of course, is nursing his shoulder, which got hurt last week in a match against Hechicero down in CMLL. Luckily he's like able to wrestle, because again, that was like a real worry when it was first announced. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, hopefully he's good to go," because I mean, Bandito, of course, RH World Champion, AEW World Tag Team Champion. You don't want to see him get hurt or injured or anything like that. So hopefully it is like not too bad. Um, Okada and Takeshita did win the match. Again, Takeshita had Bandito ready to be finished, and of course Okada tags himself in, hits the Rainmaker 1-2-3. So because they did win this match, we do know that at WrestleDream now we do have Okada Takeshita versus Brodito one more time for the actual tag team titles on the line this time. So I mean, that'll be crazy at the pay-per-view. I was kind of like seeing maybe they might do like Bandito versus Okada at the pay-per-view, but that would have required like Okada or Takeshita to get pinned, and since Takeshita has like the IWGP World Title match next week on the 13th, didn't really think he was going to get pinned. And Okada, of course, is the champion, so I didn't think he was going to get pinned unless like Takeshita caused him to get pinned. So yeah, but the tag title match will be great at the pay-per-view. Again, this pay-per-view is pretty stacked. After that, we had a little promo from Willow and Jet Speed, and we also had an FTR, Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford promo. Both good promos, setting up they have a trios match on Collision, so we'll see about that. Brodito also had a little promo. Bandito's pretty down on himself because he's hurt, and so he thinks it's all his fault that they lost. But I mean, this stuff happens. Brody King was very supportive of him. But yeah, that match will be great at the pay-per-view. And then we had our main event of the evening, Orange Cassidy and Pac. Again, they've wrestled. I think they said this was their 5th match ever in AEW. I mean, they have natural chemistry. Their styles are so perfect for each other, with Orange Cassidy being like the lackadaisical, lazy wrestler, and Pac is like the super serious, he looked insane. Like, the veins in his arms were like popping out. Of like, Jesus Christ, Pac, you are ripped. And he was sporting a new look. I mean, at the pay-per-view, when he came back, he showcased like his new short hair and stuff like that. But now he's like wearing like a singlet with trunks on top of it. I don't really know how I feel about the look. I think when he pulled down the straps, I think he would just look better if he just wore tights. Like, I think that would look better. If he doesn't want to wear like the trunks anymore and he wants to wear like long pants, I think that would look fine. I don't think he needs like the whole, singlet look. I think that's a little too much, especially with the trunks over top of it. It just looks weird. But yeah, the match was really good. Again, they're always great together. Table spot, Orange Cassidy diving to the table for hands in his pockets. Orange Cassidy to pick up the win because they're brawling on the outside, and they tombstoned him in like the crowd. But then while they're like getting up and getting ready to go back in the ring, Darby handcuffed Pac's leg, so Pac had to rip that off, and he barely made it back into the ring. Orange Cassidy swooped in with a roll up, 1-2-3, gets the win. So Orange Cassidy gets a big W there. Then of course Pac's pissed off. He goes after Darby. Darby pulls out mace and sprays him in the face with it. Takes out Yuta. And then he had a taser, and so then he's running off into the crowd. He's into the parking lot, and Moxley and the rest of the Death Riders are closing in on him. And he pulls out a Molotov cocktail, ready to blow up everything, and some security tackles Darby because they're okay, we can't have you throwing Molotov cocktails around here, Darby. So that's how the show ended. They dragging Darby off to keep him away from the Death Riders, and oh my god, what these two are gonna do it to each other in an I Quit match at WrestleDream, I have no idea. I can't even imagine. They've teased so much stuff. They have tasers and mace and Molotov cocktails and fire, everything. He already set Moxley on fire at the last pay-per-view. I I have no idea what they're gonna do. It's gonna be insane. That match is just gonna be wild. I can't imagine. Those are the two of the most insane people. Moxley has a long history of crazy death matches and all the stuff he used to do back in the day, and what he's done in AEW alone, with when Edge hit him with I forget what the thing is called, the wooden with all the nails in it, when it got stuck at his back, and the exploding death match with Kenny, and all the Texas death matches, and then Darby, everything he's done, he's just a wild man. He'll do any thing. So I can't imagine what they're gonna do to each other. It's gonna be crazy. WrestleDream is super stacked. I can't wait for next week. But that's enough for today. I will see you all tomorrow. This has been Zach with the Aeong Show. Make sure to like the video, leave a comment about anything you thought about Title Tuesday. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. So peace.